Welcome everybody to Pendle. We're ready to have some comedy. Woo! Okay, so we're gonna need more. We're gonna need more. We're ready to have the best night of your fucking life. Woo! Thank you. Okay, I feel like the issue in the room here is that a lot of you are here from Freshers Fair. Give me a cheer if you came because you heard about the Freshers Fair. Maybe it wasn't the issue. What happened at Freshers Fair was that everyone, we were like, free comedy show, come and see the comedy show. They were like, I've never done stand-up before. We're doing it, that's what this is for. So I just want to reassure you, you're not going to be asked to perform, it's not going to happen. Someone doesn't go, oh, do you want to see Mary Poppins at the theatre? I can't fly. That's not how it works, alright? Okay, so I thought, before we start, we'll just get to know each other, get on that personal level. I know there's a lot of noise and there's a lot of people standing up. If you get bored, do just leave, because otherwise I'll have to look at you down your face. So let's just front row, guys, I'm sorry. It's going to start this way, it's going to carry on this way. Okay, what's your name?
Ben.
Ben, hello Ben. Is this still, it is still on. Which college are you in, Ben? Counter. Well, thanks for coming all this way. Do you think you're better than everyone?
Nah.
No, good, because that's the best society. Are you in any societies yourself?
Not yet.
Not yet? Well, I've got one for you, right? I don't know if you've heard of the Comedy Society, but fucking good. Okay, what's your name? Beth. Oh, the Freshers Flu's hit you hard. You were just singing a bit last night. Well, I bet it was rubbish. Yeah, it was. I'm sorry to any. Do you have neighbours? Have you? Well, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Beth, what's the Freshers Flu been like, or has it just been the karaoke? Just the karaoke life. I'm sorry, people, but Beth's suffering. Can we have a cheer for Beth? Make her feel better. Well done, Beth. Are you going to go to the doctor? No, I don't like going to the doctor. I once had to go to the doctor because I've got like funny joints and I was doing my D&D and I kept hurting my ankle and I went and he made me take my shoes and socks off and when I did, he went, what wide feet you have. So since then I've not really trusted them, but you know, I think it's fair enough to be honest because I wouldn't want to be a medical professional. Everyone's a twat these days basically. So, ooh, exciting! Front row gossip, what's your name? Edward. Okay, like the train. What do you do, Edward?
I do medicine.
Oh. I'm sorry, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, I just, you know. Have you had any difficult interactions with patients? Are you on that level yet?
Nah, I'm a bit far off.
Bit far off. Well, keep it that way, right? Because I'll tell you a story, right? My mum's friend, right, her grandma, okay, his grandma goes into the GP's office at the time of the AIDS crisis. We are going to keep it light throughout the rest of the evening, though. Right, and what she does is she's all old and she thinks she can't get an appointment. She's really upset. And she says, right, I want an appointment. The GP receptionist says, I'm sorry, we don't have any. And right, this woman, she's had a lot of rumours about the AIDS, okay? And she's upset that she can't get an appointment, right? And what she does, she gets so upset, because AIDS is new and she's very old, right? She ends the conversation by slamming her fist on the table. And in order to get the appointment, she shouts, tell them I've got dibs! That's not what you want, is it? Have you got AIDS? Good. Freshers, you know, freshers make difficult for people, isn't it? Have you had a good Freshers week? Are you a fresher? You are a fresher. How's it treating you? That's not the face you want, is it? You want to be like, yes, has everyone had a good Freshers week? Yeah, it sounds like shit. Well, don't worry, because this is going to be the best bit, okay? We're going to go out on the high, okay? We're going to kick it off for you right now, okay? The first thing we're going to do is we're going to play an improvised comedy game. We're going to have an ooh. We're going to have an Thank you. Okay, this game is called Let's Make a Date, and for this game I am going to require Jon, Stefan, Iestyn and George. Okay, so this is an improvised comedy game and we're going to need your help with this one. So what this game entails is we are on telly, not really. Hello guys, come in, just keep it down please. We're going to be on the TV, metaphorically. We're playing a dating game. This man here, George, he's lonely. Can we have a... Poor George. It's not funny, okay? People are stuttering, right? George is lonely. George is desperate, okay? George is looking for love. And what George is going to do is he's going to ask these three lovely gentlemen some questions to get to know them. But before we do that, in order for him to complete the guessing game, and it's going to be quite difficult, George, get the fuck out. So whilst George tries to leave, we'll kick this off. So, what we need from you guys is some suggestions to fill in the blanks in this game. Okay, so Stefan is going to have a strange relationship to George, something like he's his fairy godmother or something, but much better. So do you have any suggestions for a relationship that Stefan can have to George? His GP, any that are a bit more fun. Because I'm sorry, Edward, but you were quite boring. Right, any others? Any others? Any others?
His lawyer.
His lawyer? His dog? His brother? That's not weird. Have you got a brother?
Yeah.
Is he weird? No. Oh, okay. Well, think of better suggestions now. Okay. Fourth cousin. Can we get like a weird, like an actually weird one, not just a relationship, right?
Foot inspector.
Foot inspector. You have inspected George's feet.
I have.
Indeed he has. Okay, and for Jon. Jon has a very strange job, and George is going to work this out. So what could be a strange job? It could be absolutely anything. What do you think?
Stripper.
Stripper? Look, some of us have got bills to pay, man. Anyone else? Bin man? Again, these aren't actually weird, these aren't just professions. You can be more creative than this guy. Stripping bin man. Thank you. Okay, Jon is a stripping bin man. Can I get a... Oh, I was going to take a... Can anyone wolf whistle? Very nice, okay, and Iestyn is going to be a character from, well I say character, a person from history or fiction with a twist on them. But just to say this, if I reject your proposal, it's not your fault, it's just because George is a bit of a pleb. He doesn't actually know many people from literary things or history. So anything that is like a character, real person from history, and then we're going to put a twist on it. So like Jane Austen but she can't read, something like that but better, okay? Anything?
Stripper Lenin.
Stripper Lenin. Let's leave the stripper behind. There's already one here. And he's a bloody good one. I've seen it myself.
Albert Einstein with a dragon.
Albert Einstein with a dragon. Okay, any others?
Jewish Hitler.
Jewish CBS, you won't be very happy, okay? We need to keep the society alive. Any other that aren't Jewish Hitler? There's got to be something.
Muslim Hitler.
What?
Muslim Hitler.
Muslim Hitler?
No, that's worse.
That's worse. That's worse. We're getting shut down. One more. Someone give me one. Okay, we'll go with Albert Einstein with the dragon. Iestyn?
The dragon.
Yeah, you've got a dragon, okay? You're Albert Einstein and you've got a dragon. Okay, so what we need to do now is we need to get George back in the room to size up these lovely lads. So on the count of three, I know it's a bit, it's fresh this week, we're all trying to act cool, okay, but on the count of three we're going to shout, George, come back in, okay? So 1, 2, 3. George, come back in! There he is. Going at a not very fun pace to get things kicking off. Please, George, hurry up. He is coming. Let's get a lovely round of applause. Here he is, hero of the hour. Pint glass down, ready for business. Welcome, George, to Let's Make a Date. How are you feeling tonight?
Yeah, good, thank you. Just looking for love and anal.
Love and anal. What more? Okay, so let's kick this shit off. Okay, so George, I hear you have some questions for our three gentlemen here. Could you ask them the first one now, please?
Well, I have many a food intolerance, so if you feed me the wrong thing, I will blow up like a backpack left unattended at London Liverpool Street. If you're cooking me tea, what would you rustle up?
Oh wow, I know you quite well, and I know you like your fungus. I might cook something with mushrooms in it, perhaps a risotto. And I hope you'd enjoy that, because from the look of you, and I know this, you do, and you have plenty of, you have enough mushroom to literally keep Toad from Mario happy.
Indeed, Jon.
Well, I make a lot of money, and I'll do something, normally you give me the meat, but we'll see which way we go. And I'll do it in my bikini, so it's nice and romantic. It's fluorescent yellow.
I'm hoping the bikini isn't not the meat, but let's carry on. What are you cooking?
Well, what I would be cooking for you is an egg
we've got great eggs. Leslie, you know, she lays beautiful. They're like that big, man. They're huge. It's like a, I don't know. I can't think of a metaphor, but it's fucking big, man. I tell you. And yeah, so I probably just have to make a big omelette, and it lasts us like 4 days.
4-day omelette. I hope it keeps. Okay, so George, I hear you have another question to dig deeper beneath the skin, the rather lovely skin of these gentlemen. Can we have that second question? And this time I'll pass the mic along instead of blocking everyone's view. George, your question.
My question. I love a romantic getaway. My favourite was 2006 Guantanamo Bay. Where would you take me?
Well, I'd be worried to take you. Oh, sorry. I'd be worried to take you to a dry climate because I mean, yeah, I know what they can get like. I mean, so perhaps the rainforest. Although, God, we don't want. And then you might grow on me if you did that. You know.
I'll take you all around town at 7 in the morning. And then we'll end up at Lancaster City Council Recycling Centre.
Thanks. Do you mind? If I were to take you anywhere, I would probably take you, you know, wherever we want, because Leslie's here and she flies like a beast. It's amazing. She can fly at the same speed as a Boeing. She's very amazing. So I would probably take you to like, I don't know, the moon or something. I like the moon. I like to see like gravitational fields and shits as well. And then Leslie's there with me as well. And she's you know, she's quite interested. Well, she says she's interested. She falls asleep a lot, but she's nice. So yeah, we do that. We fly places, probably space. I don't know what the fuck I'm on about.
Take that away from you. George, it's coming to the end of the show. What is your final question? Please use it wisely.
I'm a frugal man, so I love I'm up the book. Hello, 1, 2.
So frugal, he won't use the energy.
Yeah.
Just hold it.
There we go. Misogynistic mic. I'm a frugal man and I love a yellow sticker. What's the best deal you've ever had?
Well, I got a 2-for-1 in the Asda pharmacy once on all that moisturiser, and it did you the world of good. And so that was a good deal. But on the other hand, you know, you flake more than a bloody 99p cone. So I got a good deal on them once, and that was from Poundland. I got it through being a Karen. So, do you like a Karen?
I once found Hawaiian pizza unopened in the bin, and it was great, so totally free. And I once got $100 from just doing a few twirls around the weedy bin. It's great.
Probably the best deal I once had. I got 2 deals. One of them was the new food in McDonald's, the McSquare. That was very nice. No, try it. And then the other deal was probably Pets at Home, when I bought a gerbil and then it grew to like 300 meters long and it grew wings and it was brilliant.
Some more cryptic there. George, before we let you take one of these specimens home, we'd like you to work out who they are. So have you got any clue?
I'll start with Stefan. Are you a podiatrist or an athlete's foot specialist?
I mean, okay, close.
Either fungus that grows up. I don't have fungus on my feet, but if there were fungus on my feet, would it be you?
Well, what do all those things have in common?
Down below. Oh, God. You grow from the ground.
I wish.
So back to the podiatry.
Podiatry. You trim my toenails.
He does. And
You do.
He does
And
have a T-Z.
fungi.
Going for comedy, you get it.
Because you've got a foot fetish.
I mean, should we give it?
Please.
Yeah. Inspector. What do you think of this pretty hot babe? You get more than you bargained for, guys. That's why you're stood up, okay? George, what's going on?
Is he a kinky bin man?
Specifically does what as a bin man?
Strips.
Yes! Brace yourselves, guys. George, what's going on?
I'm going to get a drink while the queue's small for this one. You like chickens? Animals.
There you go.
Fuck me.
They will.
Hopefully. You're a zookeeper that has...
Ring.
Hi, John. Sorry, Mum.
Honey, don't go on a date with Iestyn. It'll be dragging on.
Is he like a dragon tamer?
Yeah, but he's a historical character. I'm just
I
gonna
can't remember what I had for tea last night, let alone much else.
You weren't alive then, but hopefully you'll still get it.
Oh, who's that fellow who got a big sword?
No.
No.
Opposite of swords.
Opposite of sword, spoon.
I'll be honest, I didn't know how the fuck I was meant to do this character. It's just like two separate things. It's like he's one person and he's also got this other big fucking thing. That's it, you know.
Dragon.
Yes.
So the big thing's a dragon?
Yes. But I'm a character from history. I didn't know how to do it. The book square, I thought, but I forgot to put the E.
See it in your mind. Book square.
Was it book squared?
He's a rapper who loves dragons.
Put him out of his misery.
Have Einstein with a dragon. Give it up for George for trying. Okay, now the most important question of the evening. Let's put George out of his misery. He's got some feelings. He's got to find someone to meet him. George, who are you taking home?
Jon.
Jon the stripper bin man! Let's give it up for our contestants! Thanks for bearing with us, guys. Live TV is a tricky one. But we're going to move away from improv and into our first stand-up act of the evening. You're going to absolutely love him. He's Welsh, not much else. Please welcome to the stage, Iestyn Jones!
Hello. I'm now going to proceed to do an impression of Albert Einstein for 15 minutes, so do have fun with it. No, I'm joking. So, my name's Iestyn, nice to meet you all. Hope everyone's having a good time. Just a little bit about myself. I'm from North Wales, which means that my dad's his own cousin and my mum's a goat. I've got 9,000 toes on my left foot and an eyeball for a bell end. I saw a car the other day and I thought, why is that tractor a dwarf? So to Google it, I had to take my cock out of the sheep, sing all the way home. When I got there, I realised the internet had yet to reach my hometown of... So, get the stereotypes out of the way. Have we got any other sheep shaggers in the room? Any Welsh people? Give us a cheer. We got one whoop. Who was that whoop from? Hello, what's your name? Caddis. That's a proper Welsh name as well. That's a good name. Where are you from, Caddis?
South Wales.
South Wales. Whereabouts? Abergavenny. I've got nothing to say about it. I've never been there. Is it a nice place?
Alright.
It's alright, yeah, as is most of Wales, I think. It's alright. I wouldn't bother, I wouldn't write home about it. So, Caris, just as a way of... But no, don't sneer at me. You did that real, oh shit, you're still talking to me, fuck. Why did I fucking scream? Why didn't I just pretend I was Scottish? So Caris, this is just a way of me to kind of segue onto my next bit. It isn't an approach or anything, but I'm just going to ask anyway. It's just a way to hurry this along. Are you single? You are? How's the single life? Shit. That's interesting. Why is it shit? You're just not liking it, not fun, you're bored? Yeah, that's fair. It's quite interesting, because I'm single myself, but I quite like being single personally. I think being single is a lot of fun, and I think a lot of people in relationships think that being single is like terrible, and it's not. There's a lot of perks being single that you lose out when you're in relationships, you know? So like, you know, for example, it's a lacks in responsibility, you know, you don't have a lot to care for when you're single, that's a bonus. You don't have to, you know, spend time with someone else. You've got it all to yourself. It's great. Being single is brilliant. I think one of the greatest perks about being single is that you can go cottaging without the guilt of cheating. That's great. Everyone's a winner there. Right, from the response, I'm guessing not a lot of people know what cottaging is. So, Google that in your own time. But yeah, anyway, that was that. But despite being like relatively content as a single person, I still do this thing where like every so often my brain just kind of goes, Iestyn, what if you meet your future wife today? You know, and it's awful because it can happen at any time. I could be at a funeral and I'll just be there and my brain's just going, Iestyn, women love a man in a suit. And depending who's in that casket, you might be with a chance. But it ruins your day really, because I find that if it happens in the morning, if I wake up and my brain just goes, you're going to meet the one today, yes, and that's it, day's ruined. And everything I do like a normal person, but with a better posture and a clenched jaw. And it's a bit like, you know, going shopping. Like before, I could walk into Aldi, pick up a basket, and just walk around Aldi. We've all walked around Aldi, and if you haven't, all the best. Honestly, do you know what? They've got another one up there. Oh, no, they can use a pool ball, that's fine. Before you walk around Aldi, you know, with your basket, it's fine. But then, I'll walk in now, and my brain's going, you're going to meet the one today. And I pick up my basket, and I'm walking around Aldi, thinking I'm going to pull in the Aldi basket, you know? Thinking I'm going to pull someone over some can of low-fat spaghetti hoops. It's not happening. And even queuing. Used to queue normally before. Now I'm queuing, thinking every woman in a 5-mile ambit is looking at me and my cup of soup on the belt. Or, you know, walking's fucked as well. It's like, I don't know if everyone else does this as well. A lot of people think, I used to think this was just me, but I've realised a lot of other people do it as well. Where you'll go for a walk and you'll spot someone about half a mile away, and your head goes, that's the one. And you're thinking, oh shit, okay. So you look at the floor, and you don't want to make it obvious that you've seen them from half a mile away. So you just keep walking, and they'll hit your peripheral vision, right? And you do this, right? You're walking, they hit it, and you just go, and you look up, as if you're showing them what they're missing. You know, what is that? Why do people do that? It's a really weird thing. But it's quite ironic, because if anyone does it to me, I panic. You know, I start having a seizure, because it's like, I'll be walking, and I'll see someone in the distance half a mile away, and I'll see them, and I'll just go, okay, what happened there? Jesus Christ, bloody mess. So I'll keep walking, I don't want to look up, I'm not interested in looking up. But they'll walk towards me, and I'll hit their peripheral vision, and they just go like that, they go, like that. And I'm just like, fuck it, what are you doing? Trying to turn me to stone? Christ, I'm fucking desperate freaks out there. It's quite ironic, just saying, by the way, disclaimer, I don't think people are desperate freaks. I don't think people are freaks, I'm a strong believer that, you know, everyone is beautiful in their own way. Except for you, Caris, maybe, sorry, no offense. After a day of, you know, pouting and having a posture and all that, and it doesn't work, it's a pointless act. Go to bed, and, you know, everything just kind of becomes a bit too real, you know? You get sat there, 500 pages deep into Dostoevsky, feeling of overbearing loneliness creeping over your shoulder, the toilet roll under your mattress, just like that. Hey, Iestyn, hey. Yoo-hoo. It's alright, man. I'm here for you. It's quite tragic, really. But if it's not the toilet roll under my bed reminding me that I'm single, it's the flatmates. I used to live with 4 other people last year in a flat. 3 of them were in relationships, the other one played League of Legends, so that was the part. You know, and it used to be terrible because I wake up in the morning and I open the door and it was like stepping into a brothel. It was like just different faces going back and forth. I was like, fuck, what's going on? I thought I hadn't taken any meds. I was like, what's going on? And it was, you know, and you'd have to deal with that for the whole term. 10 weeks, different faces, back and forth, it's terrible. And I go home, I was thinking, great, Christmas, I can have a break, time out, it'd be great. And then I realised, my parents are still together. So I've got them for the whole holiday, rubbing it in your face, you know. You know, holding their hands as they go for walks, or snuggling together on the couch, or, you know, sorting finances over the kitchen table, and I'm in the fridge getting out a froob. I don't care if you've got a joint bank account, get a room. But you don't get any sympathy as a single person. I remember I approached my flatmates last year, Jamie, he was a legend. And I walked up to him, and you know, he was the other single person in the flat, and I saw him and I thought, you know, I wanted some camaraderie, bit of community spirit, you know. So I went up to him and I went, Jamie, can I put it in your ass? No, I didn't. I went up to him and I went, Jamie, how does it feel, you know, you and me, last single people in the flat, what's the vibe, what we're feeling? And this is genuinely what he said, like verbatim what he said. He just looked at me like that and he goes, well actually, Iestyn, I'm autistic, so technically you're taking the bigger hand. Thanks for that, Jamie. Much appreciated. But I've been thinking about it, and I'm thinking, you know, why am I single? And it's obviously for me, red flags. You know, first red flag is, you know, I perform stand-up comedy as a hobby. You know, join the society, though, it'll be fun. Another red flag is I'm quite a boring person. A lot of people think I'm boring. I've had a lot of moments in my life where people have turned to me and they, right, I was in a party, right, in some trees. Now, being from North Wales, you get 3 types of parties. You get parties in fields, in trees, and in barns. Not to sound too middle class, but I was in trees, okay? And I was in these trees, and then my mate, who I'd known for 8 years, had the job of introducing me to this guy. So she goes, oh, Philbert, this is Iestyn. He plays golf. He played 8 years, the best thing she gave. I'd have preferred you call me a racist, to be honest. It'd been a better introduction. And then last year I had a similar event where these 2 girls came up to me in a bar and they were like, Iestyn, what's your ideal type? I was about 2 syllables into my response, and they just go, let's start another conversation, which was tragic because my response was genuinely, anyone who'll listen. But I was thinking, right, I'm boring. Okay, let's fix it. Why am I boring? What's my problem? And I figured it's because I'm quite. Have I just bubble it? Oh, it's back. And I figured, well. Is it back? Yeah, it is. It's fine. It's okay. I just pretended to throw it. Don't touch it, Jon. I was going to say something. It doesn't matter. No, but what am I? Where have I gone? But no, it was, yeah, why am I boring? I was trying to figure that out, and I realised because I'm quite impartial, I don't have a lot of strong emotions towards anything really. If someone comes up to me and goes, Iestyn, what's your favourite biscuit? I'm like, don't really have one. It's not ginger nut, you're fine. Someone comes up to me and goes, Iestyn, what political party are you voting for in this election? I'm like, I don't really know. Or if someone comes up to me and goes, Iestyn, what's your opinion on necrophilia? I could give or take necrophilia, you know? I could certainly give it, I couldn't take it, I'm not dead yet. But anyways, that is one thing I'm quite passionate about. One thing I've got strong emotions about, and that's being single. Because if I haven't made it clear enough for the past 10 minutes, it's fucking shite. You've been a tolerant crowd, thank you very much.
Iestyn Jones! An excellent Welshman, not many of them. So what we're going to do now, we've had some stand-up, we've had some improv, we're going to feed you all a little spoonful of sketch comedy, and for this first sketch I'm going to need Jon and Stefan! We have to move some chairs first, so just, you know, be patient, be loving. Let's have a round of applause for Jon and Stefan!
Please come in. Hello, sir. senior lecturer here at Lancaster University. It's good to meet you.
And you?
Before we hopefully give you an unconditional offer, we'd first like to ask you a series of simple questions which I have here.
Okay.
Great, let's begin. Why did you want to come to Lancaster?
Big city scary.
Correct. Why did you choose to do your degree?
To stall on deciding what to do with my life.
That's right. And what is the biggest and most brutalist construction which looms over Alexander Square?
Deadlines.
They do. Lancaster is ranked the top 10 uni in the Northwest.
Is that a question?
No, that was a statement. So then, what is the most silent place on campus to get work done?
Anywhere on Southwest Campus.
It is. And in the last academic year, what kind of test did students in all our departments do best at?
Positive COVID tests.
Yeah. What are the small noisy creatures around campus that you should not feed?
Freshers.
Now for some scenario-based questions. So, pretend I'm a biology student, and all the department's Petri dishes are too small for me. Where can I find the bigger one?
The sugar house.
That's right. So, please finish this sentence. After graduating, 95% of our students go on to...
Panic Masters.
Correct. Right then. Now for some questions about the city of Lancaster. What was the cause of the fighting in the War of the Roses?
Who would have the caramel one?
Yes! A lot of people say, oh, who would be the King of England? But come on, it's the 21st century. So how long does it take to get to Lancaster from London?
12 hours depending on rail strikes.
Exactly. And what would most surprise someone from the south of England who comes here?
That there are cities north of Birmingham.
It would. And now for the practical. Imagine you wake up at 8:55 in the morning in your flat in Cartmel and you have a hangover and you must make it to the lecture hall in 5 minutes. Please run this distance now.
Do you know what? I don't think I can really be bothered.
Correct! Welcome to Lancaster. Right, you have got an unconditional offer and here is the keys in this document for your accommodation. It's in Lowland.
But fuck off!
You'll love to see it. Okay, if that wasn't enough sketch comedy, don't worry guys, I've got you sorted. We're going to have another sketch right now. We're going to play the game show, and for this we need Iestyn, George, Iestyn and Jon! They will also have to move chairs, so keep clapping, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You join us once again with Sam, Jamie and Maxwell, all very much still in the game. It's close, it's exciting. Any one of these dull people could go ahead and win tonight's episode and never be seen again. You lot disgust me. So let's play the game show! First challenge of this round is who can piss themselves the fastest? Go! I pissed myself! I did it! Yes, you have, Jamie! I can smell it from here! Points to you! Maxwell, you're looking close. What happened?
Afraid not. Nothing but poo.
Well, that's a shame. But you might be in with a chance of winning some points now as we enter the first question of this round. Why? Why not? Points to Jamie!
It was all part of God's plan.
Big points there!
I don't know.
Big points to Sam! Outstanding! Maxwell, A, B or C? D? I'm afraid you lose some points there. Jamie, A, B, or C?
D!
Big points to Jamie! Sam, when making a scone, do you put the jam on the cream or the cream on the jam?
I would say cream on top.
Cornish! I'm afraid, Sam, that means we have to take away all of your points, as well as your children.
I don't have kids.
Well, we've taken someone's. Jamie, have you been Miss O PPI?
I have not, no.
No, you haven't! Jamie, Sam, face off! I'm afraid you both lose points there.
I got it off last night.
We have now reached that part of the show where the two highest scorers of our game will battle it out in a round known as Saying Things. Maxwell. Thank you, Maxwell and Jamie, you are our highest scorers. Maxwell, take it away!
2,342.7.
Yes!
The one-time policy!
Absolutely!
Half price multi-packs of crisps.
Yes!
Shit, I forgot. The Battle Bridge of Stanford!
Yes!
France.
Yes!
The 1984 song by the Prince! When Doves Cry!
Fantastic!
The Red Sea.
Yes!
To make a rule, you will need sugar, spice, and everything nice.
Yes!
Jerusalem.
That is something! That is it! Apologies. And with that, Maxwell, you are the winner of tonight's game. Congratulations! And as your prize, you will be receiving a shot of malaria. There's your malaria. Wrong bloke! And that ends tonight's game show. Thank you very much and good night!
Let's go again, Chester! Thank you very much, guys. Okay, this is still on indeed. We are going to go for a break now. We're going to take about a 20-minute break. But during the break, we have a favour to ask you. On that table there, which is going to be moved there is a bowl, pens and paper. And we just ask you to write down absolutely anything on a piece of paper. And it's going to be used in an improv game in the second half. It can be literally anything, just a short word or phrase, not racial slurs or literally racial slurs. It's not big or clever or funny, okay? So anything at all other than that. If you can come and just give us a prompt, that would be great. You can grab a drink, go to the loo, do what you need to do, and we'll see you back in 20 minutes. Thanks so much, guys.
Grandfather and grandson.
Grandfather and grandson. Are we happy with grandfather and grandson? We're happy with grandfather and grandson. Okay, take it away, guys.
I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Nothing beats vinegar in beans. I fucking love vinegar. Get that vinegar out that cupboard then. I'll get beans.
You sure the vinegar's in this cupboard, Grandad? All I've found is cock and ball torture.
Shut the cupboard! Shut the cupboard! You leave that cupboard alone. It's the one underneath.
Okay, I'll find this one. Right, what's in this one? Dobby commits war crimes?
Aye, it was a long story, mate.
There's more flavour of vinegar, but I think it'll do, Grandad.
Yeah, that's fine. Just bring it out. I cannot find the fucking pinball. I cannot find the beans. I found Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II.
That's where she went.
That's where she's in that cupboard. You're out, Liz.
Why is she in your cupboard?
I don't know. How's your son? Oh, not that one, you come. Right, hang on, you just stay there. I forgot our stool.
Hell of a heist, Grandad.
It was a hell of a height. Do you know what? I had to use murder. Oh, the fucking Queen! Have you been at the Rock?
No, it's actually in grey food.
Grey food?
They misspelled grey.
Okay, well, that's kind of fucked up, innit? Well, listen.
I've got the vinegar, where's the fucking beef?
I can't find it. Hang on, what about, right, an empty piece of paper? What about, scrap the beans, don't think we got beans, but we do have 4chan. And we've got the cock and ball torture as well. Get it out!
And see! I don't even want to know what's going through your head. And you write those down in public. Okay, we can talk conversation later. But for now, he has just sat down. But we'd like to introduce back some stand-up. Stand-up is something that we do at least. We do a lot of other things, which we're going to talk about a bit later, because this is just a massive plug for the society. But he has only just sat down, but he's an energetic man. He's full of great ideas. I'd like to please welcome back to the stage, Jon Leeeeeeee!
Hello! How's everybody doing? I don't know why I shouted that, but you know, it's not at the bar. Is everybody doing alright? Has everyone had a good fresh week? Okay, good. Well, me personally, I'm feedbacking. No, I've been going slow. You may be wondering why that is. Well, a few weeks ago, someone told me, Tom, take life slow. And I thought to myself, why not? It's just one of those bits of advice that you're always told, that sounds right, but you don't really understand. And there's lots of these, aren't there? Some of the ones I've been told a lot in my life are, live life to the fullest. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. When the fun stops, stop. But I thought, for science, let's try one of these out, literally. So, for the last few weeks, I've been going slow. Specifically, 5 miles an hour. Constantly. For every task, whether it be driving down the M6, walking to a lecture, rushing a friend to hospital, 5 miles an hour, no more, no less. I'm a bit like one of those pricks who only ever does 40. You know, the ones that can be driving down the motorway, down the country lane, down the school road at 3:30, 40 everywhere, they don't care. But at 5 miles an hour, at least I'm legal. I know, I seem crazy. But I found that going slow is really addictive. Once one brave soul, I'm going to give up on this, takes a plunge and starts driving at 5 miles an hour, everybody else just follows suit. It's like leading the world's best conga line. Not only do you not have to have some stranger's hands on the back of your neck, but you can leave whenever you want. Those who don't follow along, though, do show their support. In the last week alone, I've had over 300 honks. It's been great. If you're personally still on the ropes, though, about joining my glorious road safety cause, I thought I'd share with you some driving horror stories from before I joined the 5 Mile High Club. Some background info. I've got a car, it's blue, and it goes places. It doesn't have a name, my car, because it's a fucking car. I'm also from the home counties, which, and I really do apologise for this, are in the south. It used to be a pretty accurate name though, the home counties, as it was a county in which I lived, but I now live in Lancaster, so it's now incorrect. I personally find this completely unforgivable, and I think it should be changed to be away counties immediately. So if you'd like to show my position, please let me know. Anyway, the story. It was the morning of the day I set off for Lancaster. My car had been loaded, everything was set for me to go. But before I set off, I checked the traffic on my phone, and it told me that there were no problems on the motorway. According to Google, my journey was going to be safe, simple, and uneventful. Perhaps I was even going to be able to live life to its fullest. But alas, it was not to be. The problem started just as I set off, and I realised there was something seriously wrong with my car. Whenever I braked, accelerated, turned, moved the vehicle, there was a weird clunking noise from somewhere in my car. At first I thought it was just some of my luggage bouncing around, so I stopped in a slightly dodgy council estate to make sure everything was fastened securely, a bit like a flight attendant on the evening flight home from Magaluf. Whilst I was there, I was kind of hoping that someone might come and steal the clunk, as I'd taken to calling it. As in my car, the clunk was mysterious and elusive, just like money in a slightly dodgy council estate. Feeling slightly disappointed though that I hadn't just been mugged. I left there, but the clunk had not gone away. I decided then that the logical thing to do was keep going. The fun hadn't stopped, so neither did I. It was just as I got fully onto the M25 when Judgment Day arrived. The first sign of this was the loudest occurrence of the clunk I'd heard today. Just as I got to 70, I hadn't quite joined the 5 Mile High Club at this point. The clunk was followed by a distinct and loud ringing sound which faded out behind me. From what I could tell, something large, heavy, and metallic had just fallen off of my car. Panic ensued. And it was in this panic, I looked up at the sky. I'm not quite sure why I looked up at the sky. Perhaps it was because the sky was peaceful and quiet, unlike what I thought was about to happen to my car. Or perhaps it was because the sky is majestic and full of clouds on their grand journeys to go and piss on someone in the north. Or planes flying across the sky with excited tourists on brilliant adventures to get fucked up on alcohol in Spain. And whatever it was a lot more interesting and the final thing to see in life than the back of the Sainsbury's store I'd been following for the previous 20 minutes. But as I was looking up, one of those digital motorway signs came into view. You know, the ones that tell you how much congestion is up ahead, or give you a daily reminder that even though Brexit was 2.5 fucking years ago, it's still fucking up all the ports of Dover. This one, though, did wonders for my mental health for once, as it replaced the feelings of panic and fear with just plain fucking anger. The sign had 2 words written on it. Short, but not sweet. M1, closed. My first thought was, genuinely, Google has fucking betrayed me. It was simply unbelievable. So if you'd like to make a petition against Google, please let me know. If my day hadn't been bad enough, I realised that because the M1 was closed, the only route I had left to the north was the M40, which meant against all of my better wishes, every single one of those better wishes, I was going to have to drive through Birmingham. Should go without saying, I fucking hate Birmingham. I've never actually visited there, but its continued existence just aggravates me. My main grievance with the Birminghamers, or as I like to call them, complete utter wankers, is their supposed neutrality in the biggest, most currently relevant global conflict, the North-South divide. The bloody gall they have to claim they exist in some sort of no man's land called the Midlands. It's just fucking unbelievable. So if you'd like to join my petition to just fucking level the place, you already have, I'm a computer scientist, don't fuck with me, okay? So anyway, back to the drive. The final sign of Judgment Day came a few miles later after the end of the clunk. I'd taken the executive and logical decision to ignore the missing part of my car, taking the chances it was something minor, like a small screw or a bolt cap, and not something mildly more significant like the clutch or the left wheel. And I was driving along what to me now is a completely ludicrous 72 miles an hour, when all of a sudden, all the speed signs on the motorway started changing. Not to 60, not to 50, but to fucking 30 miles an hour. The reason for this change, though, was far, far more concerning. Debris on road, the sign said. And I thought to myself, Tom, you really should take life slow now. So if you'd like to join a Highway England petition against me, please don't. It wasn't my fault, honest. Thank you.
Because it doesn't like us. Thank you to the ping pong players as well. Love you guys. Bit of southern rage there from Tom. Do we like being up north? Woo! That sounds quite southern, I can't lie. Have we got southerners in? Southerners? Boo! Okay, I think I am technically from the south, but you know, crowd work, innit? What's your favourite thing about being up north? Anyone? The rain? Oh my god, that's quite sad. Why do you like the rain?
I don't really like the rain.
So you're just alive. Thanks for your contribution. It was great. My favourite thing about being in Lancaster is being close to Blackpool. I think it's great there's more diversity in snooker. That's a slow burn. Anyway, let's move on to some more stand-up. Our next stand-up of the evening is, you've already seen him already, and he's brilliant. We're going to give it a 1, 2, 3. Please welcome the wonderful Jon Lee in a second. Sorry, there's a technical fault. Jon Lee!
Hello. Oh, right. Okay, so, hi everyone. So this stand-up that I'm going to do for you all now is part of a sort of, it's lots of sort of isolated stories, anecdotes that I sort of came up with over some years and sort of strung together to make this stand-up set. You know, kind of like a human centipede. But more fun. With less excrement. Hopefully. But anyway, yeah. Now, so as you can tell, as you can probably tell from the hilarity of that last comment, I've been doing stand-up for quite a while now. I started actually doing stand-up before I joined the Comedy Institute. I started when I was in sixth form, because I'm a virgin. Did he just admit to being a virgin, live on stage, going into his 4th year, when there are 18-year-old freshers in the audience with more sexual experience than him? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Oh, I don't care. Who cares? Well, oh shit. I'm feeling a lot of condescension coming from the audience right now. I'm on the back foot, guys. This is not good. I'm gonna have to go on the offensive. Don't worry, guys. I've been thinking of this one. I've been thinking of this comeback line for quite some time now. Don't worry. Here we go. At least I was, until I met all of your mums. Boom. Oh, done it. If there is anyone in the audience who has been bereaved of their mother, I would like to apologize for that last line. It was offensive, heartless, and downright mean. And I would like to replace it with, at least I was, until I met all of your dads. Boom! Got him! Oh! Boom! If there is anyone in the audience who has been bereaved of both their mother and father, I should like to apologize for that last line. It was offensive, heartless, and downright mean. And I would like to replace it with, at least I was, until I met all of the staff at your orphanages. Boom. Gotta love jokes about dead parents. So where were we? Dead parents, dead father, dead mother, Jon being a virgin, stand-up early in my career. Yes. So when I was in sixth form, I started off doing stand-up. My first experience was when I was asked to compere for a local music event. So now, those of you who are familiar with showbiz terminology will know that in this instance the word to compare means to do like what Ellen here does. You know, warming up the crowd, telling a few jokes, introducing new acts, that kind of thing. But alas, I did not know this. So when they said to me, Jon, we want you to compare, here's what I did on the night. That was awful, wasn't it? Compared to the last one. The last one, right? Couldn't play the piano very well, but could sing quite well, and was good looking. This one, great at piano, not a very good voice, and ugly. I'm going with the first one, guys. So needless to say, I've not been asked to compare again at any Birchfield Primary School acoustic evenings. But anyway, I'll tell you what other experiences doing stand-up have I had. Another one was when I was at a local pantomime. Now I wasn't actually in the cast, I was backstage, but a proper sort of job description would be assistant shrub mover, because the entire sort of set pieces for all of backstage was just shrubs in different shapes and sizes. So there I was on one of the nights of the performance, moving my shrubs between scenes. But then I saw in front of me the curtain was opening. The lights were coming on, the stage lights, and the leading actor was standing in front of me about to start the next scene, and I was there, crouched at the back, guilty shrub in hand. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, toddlers and babies, cats and dogs, fish and chips. There is no feeling quite like it than when an 8-year-old boy in the audience stands up and yells at you in the full pantomime spirit, "He's behind you!" At which point I had to stand up and yell back again in the full pantomime spirit, "Oh, fuck off, Billy!" So anyway, yeah, those were my two experiences in comedy before coming up to university. I'll talk about my experience in my Freshers Week when I first came here. Now, I'll tell you about when I was packing to come up for Freshers. Now, when you're packing to come up for Freshers, you always lose something when you're packing, don't you? You always lose something. You always also bring something you don't need, don't you? You always pack something you don't need. So anyway, I travelled up with my dad. And, now you always lose something though, don't you? You always lose something. Now I lost something quite important to me. I lost, wait for it. I lost my electric shaver. Thank you for that ooh, which I definitely didn't pre-arrange for the Comedy Society members to start beforehand. But yes, I lost my electric shaver. Now, I'm quite a clean-shaven guy, so having to go an entire week without having a shave in Freshers Week, that was quite annoying for me. By the end, I was itching for a shave. Not like that. But at the end of Freshers Week, I was actually in the bedroom of my flatmate from across the hall, Harris. Not for that reason. Don't worry, I'm not cheating on all of your respective orphanage staff. No, I was in his bedroom, and I saw across the room, I saw Harris's electric shaver. And when I saw it, my eyes lit up. None of you ever seen anyone's eyes lighting up before? That's how it looks. But I asked him if I could borrow his electric shaver, and he agreed that I could. So, I took it back to my room, and I proceeded to absolutely go to town on myself, shaving. But then, I heard a knock at the door. It was Harris. And now, yes, a genuine ooh there, ooh. Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, toddlers and babies, cats and dogs, fish and chips, this is unfortunately the part of the set where I have to do my impression of Harris's northern accent. Now, this impression has been met with what we shall call a mixed reception. The reviews range from fucking shit to really quite offensive. But my favourite one so far is, ha, dude, that's a really great Jamaican accent. But here it goes anyway, hold your breath. So, hello? Hey, Jon. I just thought you should know before you use that razor. I do use it to shave my balls. Well, anyway, long story short, I carried on shaving and hey, my arsehole's never been smoother. Well anyway, I'm sort of wrapping up the material now. I'm going to pass over to Ellen to wrap up pretty soon, but yeah, just a couple of things. If you want to follow us on Instagram, please do. If you want to come talk to us after the gig, please do. There's still another thing, don't worry. But one last thing, if there are any groupies in here, then feel free to come over, but don't come anywhere near me. I want to keep these V plates intact because I want to do this set at future gigs. Thanks very much.
Plenty of mental scarring for life there. Thank you, Jon. And now, I'm so sorry, everybody. It's the final act of the evening. Can I get a... Can I get a... Thanks, guys. We got there in the end. Okay, this game is called Party Quirks. It's an improv game, and for this game, I'm going to need Jon, Iestyn, Tom, and someone else who I've forgotten. I think it's Stefan. Professional. Okay, come on, guys. Let's get up on the stage. Okay, so in this, in this game we're going to play Jump Rope. In this game, Jon here is going to be hosting a party, just like that. And these three lovely lads are going to be guests at his party, but they're all going to have a strange personality trait, quirk, characteristic, something that just makes them a little bit weird. And it's Jon's job during the party to work out what it is. So as this is a guessing game and Jon is hosting, Jon, GTFO. Let's hear it for Jon. Okay, so there he goes, the man himself. What we're going to need is your guys' help with this. We're going to need your suggestions. So, what could be a strange quirk, characteristic, personality trait, whatever you want it to be, for Tom here that he can exhibit to Jon at the party? Any suggestions?
Obsessive window cleaner.
Obsessive window cleaner, I like it. Any others?
Looking for a third person in their relationship.
Looking for a... Ooh. How do you feel about that, Tom? He's looking for a third person in the relationship. You can talk to Tom after the show, even though this is just a game. Iestyn, what could we give to this lovely man here? What could be a weird, quirk personality trait for Iestyn here?
He can only speak in music lyrics.
He can only speak in music lyrics. I'd love to go with that, but this is a real boy. He'll have to do that, so let's go for a different one. Is there anything else we can think of?
He's Welsh.
He's Welsh. True though. Flat L. Any others? I heard some other ones. He can, again, he's real, okay? You can touch him after the show. Any others?
Hates the Welsh.
He hates the Welsh. I think we're going to have to go with hates the Welsh. Bit of self-loathing there. And what could we give to the lovely Stefan on the end here?
He's Welsh.
He's... Just like that! Anything other than Welsh? Hello? Sorry? You lost your key somewhere and you're searching for it. Any other suggestions? He's looking for sultans. He's suicidal. That's not quirky. Any that aren't like horrible or just he's Welsh, please.
Take his shoes off.
He's trying to take his shoes off. He's trying to... someone else's shoes. Oh, you're trying to take other people's shoes off. Should we go with that?
Yeah.
Right, you're trying to take other people's shoes off. Okay, let's do a quick recap. Tom, what's up?
I'm looking for a third person in a relationship.
Tom is looking for a third person in his relationship. And that's like, are we looking for a relationship with Jon? Okay, yeah. So, third person in a relationship with Jon. And for Iestyn here, what is your quirk?
I hate the Welsh.
He bloody hates the Welsh, don't we all? Secretly. Or overtly, actually, as it would appear. Stefan, what is your quirk?
I have to take other people's shoes off.
He wants to take them damn shoes off, get into those juicy, juicy feet. Okay, so what we're going to do, we need Jon to come back and give us a party where he can guess. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, let's shout, Jon, come back in. Okay, 1, 2, 3, Jon, come back in! Is he there? Jon! Oh, right. I thought we lost him. Okay, Jon's going to come back and he's going to host the party right about now. I'm going to...
Right, great. Right. Long day of being a in-man stripper. Let's get this party going. I'm going to try not to strip this party. So let's have the booze here. You've got the snacks here. We've got the buffet here. Great. All we need is a guest. Hello.
Hello.
Come in.
For the party, Jon.
Oh, sure. Hi.
Hello. You alright? How's it going?
Good. Yeah. Yes.
How's work been?
Yeah. Good. You know, money's coming in. You know, always does.
Awesome. We got some drinks.
Yeah, booze all here. Yeah, got Carling, Strongo, cider, beer, whatever.
Do you want one? I think you might want one.
Sure. Okay.
Have a few sips of that. Because you see, Jon, I've got a bit of a proposition for you. First, I just want to check. You're single, right?
Yeah, in this business.
How's that been going for you lately?
Well, you know, it's okay. You got to do it in the job. Yeah, fine.
Hi, Jon. How's it going?
You alright? Yeah, good.
Lovely spread you got on.
Thanks.
Say, you don't... Listen, the guest list. You know...
I thought it was just...
Oh.
I don't know other people to be kind. This is a bit awkward now.
Well,
Because I've got something to ask, Jon.
I'll just... And then you... Okay, right, so just checking, just in case. You know Aled?
No.
He's the guy from Cardiff. The Cardiff club. You know him?
Right.
Is he coming?
I don't know him, I'm afraid, so...
Oh, okay.
Probably not.
Thank Christ. Thought I'd have to deal with him again. I wasn't... So let you go. Tell me, don't be Aled.
Right.
Alright, yeah. What do you say? Are those nuts? Yeah, I think you've got a cracking... very poorly made. Give it here. I'm just looking out for your well-being.
Okay, I like my well-being. That's why I like Jon, he looks after me.
He clearly doesn't care about Nikes that are ripped. Do you know what would happen to you if you...
You're right, mate. We can shake feet if you want to.
Can we?
Right, okay.
So you like fixing people's shoes?
I didn't think my shoes
Let me
were
have a
broken.
look. Oh, yours are okay, actually. Caramels. Good for running. Wanna go for a jog barefooted with me?
I'm okay, thanks. No, I think I'm fine. Okay. Right. You have an obsession with people's shoes.
Well, why don't you take yours off?
But why?
I didn't ask why. I said, in fact, I'm telling you to take your shoes off.
Now?
I'll take your shoes off.
We used to do this in school.
Okay.
So I think
I don't know why you were like this. I thought it was just us two. We can have a quiet moment. I've got something to propose for you.
You want to marry me?
I'm in a happy relationship.
You want me to join the polyamorous relationship?
Yes!
Yeah.
leaving me alone.
Where do you think you'll go off?
Okay, so you diagnose people's shoes or something. You have an obsession with people's shoes.
If you let me take yours off, I can maybe do that for you. Yeah.
Okay.
This guy's a menace, right? I saw him the other week, right? He was going down Lancaster High Street, right? Homeless bloke, sleeping on the side, right? Took the only shoe he was wearing.
Look, it had piss in it and everything. If the kind wants it,
You're still talking.
I took some shoes from a bloke in Swansea the other week, actually.
Oh, good, very good. Yeah. Honestly, fuck it. You could take everyone in Swansea, take all their shoes.
Yeah,
and then take Cardiff as well, take all their shoes.
Right, I got on a train the other week at Bristol Temple Meads.
Yeah.
I went into Newport.
Right.
I took as many shoes there.
Fantastic. Take it everywhere. Bangor, Krill, Wrexham, Llanfair, Pwllgwyngyll, Gogerydd. You could take the shoes, and then the owners, you could just burn them.
You're a shoe kleptomaniac.
Yeah. Go get those shoes!
Okay. So what kind of stuff are you into?
What am I into? Oh, just, anything. Thing is, I like a lot of things, but I don't like certain things. I don't like leeks. I don't like dragons. I don't like weird clothes. I don't like people who dance like that. I don't like mountains. I don't like inbreeding. And I hate people who just mistreat sheep. It's a bloody disgrace. I've seen it. There were tears in that sheep's eyes. Honestly. You know what? It was just this farmer and a big mountain of sheep just heaped and sad.
You hate the Welsh?
Yes! Congratulations, Jon. He worked it out eventually. What a party. Wouldn't we all like to go to that? Oh! That's it. You've got to come to these gigs. You'll see someone die one day. Maybe you won't. I don't know. Well, guys, thank you so much for being such an amazing audience. That is the end of the show. Correct. So, just to wrap it off, thank you so much for coming out and giving up your evening. I know some of you have had to stand, very impressive, go and do some yoga, sort it out. But yeah, we just wanted to give a bit of a plug to the society at the end. So we have social media, we have Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, that's what it's called. Great plug, Ellen. And you can scan the QR code on the things that are on your table and you can find that, or we're at LUCI Comedy, LUCI, on most stuff. If you follow us on there, we'll be posting about other gigs that we're doing, other stuff we've got going on, all the fun stuff that's happening this term. We'll be announcing about our sketch show that's coming up, so you guys can get involved in a play. Who doesn't want to be in a play, am I right? Apparently, a lot of people. Yeah, we have meetings every week, and we've got a timetable of stuff on the tables here. The society is just so welcoming. If you're ever wondering, what's it like, just come and ask us after the end of the show, which is now, so come and ask us now. We are completely open to absolutely anybody. You do not have to have prior experience. I've never hosted a gig before. I have done stuff before, but I've never hosted, so thank you for bearing with me. Anybody of any age, whatever you want, you can just come. We do stand-up, improv, sketches, radio, podcasts, absolutely anything. If you've got an idea, we will help you to do it. If you want to get involved backstage, you can do that as well. I know I'm just rambling, but basically this society is amazing. We do socials as well, because we're a normal society. I know it seems like a weird one to join, but I promise it's not embarrassing. You don't have to be funny or be confident. You just be yourself, and we'll help you to get to where you want to go. If you want to do stuff, you never have to perform, you never have to do anything you don't want to do. And yeah, that's my rambling over. As I say, if you have any questions at all, shoot us a message on social media, ask us a question now. We don't bite, most of us, but here's one. But yeah, you've been an absolutely lovely crowd. Thank you so much for standing. Thank you to the guys up there as well. We love you. and have a great night, and well done on getting through Freshers Week, guys. So thank you very much for coming.